All right. Hey, Josefina. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for those of you guys that are live. Really appreciate it. Um, Helps me feel not so lonely in this class sometimes. Like I said, I think the first term it was just me and a bunch of black boxes for about 3 or 4 months. So I just thought it was me talking to a camera all the time. So welcome to Flexibility and Mobility. Like I mentioned, this class sadly, it tends to be our least attended class, but I think it's probably our most important class for longevity and wellness, just to keep us healthy. If you feel any little aches, this class will try to correct that. Like I said, it's like a little tune-up for your body, but a lot of people aren't willing to sacrifice the time sometimes when it comes down to stretching, kind of mobility exercises. And I understand it could be a little bit on the boring side. You don't get a sweat on really, but if you've been dealing with some back pain or some hip issues, hopefully we could loosen that stuff out today. So our shoulder stuff, whatever it is. So again, we're gonna start off with our face, work our way down to our feet as we are in the chair. We'll transition to some standing movements, which some shoulders, upper body, and then we'll be finishing down the floor. So if you guys could just follow along. So again, first, we're just gonna go ahead and just get some air into our cheeks and just massage gently from the end of our eyes to the end of our lips. Make sure you have air on your cheeks. Very good. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but from our ears to the end of our lips, okay? This isn't a beauty class, but this is so we could keep the skin on our face a little bit tighter too. So no, nothing wrong with that. All right, very good. Now we're just gonna go ahead and look down, open our mouth, look up, and once we look up, we want to close that mouth. We should feel that nice stretch in our jaw. Okay. So sometimes as you gain a little bit of weight, you might have some excess skin there. I look a little bit like a turkey sometimes. So we just want to make that extra skin here a little bit tighter. We'll do about 12 of these. About 3 more. And when I do these, I try not to just close my mouth at once. I try to kind of focus on my chin and bringing my chin down to my nose. And that just kind of makes it get a little bit more in there. All right, now we're gonna go with our other cheek one, which is gonna be inhaling through our nose. Inhale for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then we're gonna make a small little hole through our lips, and we're gonna exhale about 8 seconds long, okay? When you're doing that, you should feel that core getting a little bit tighter, okay? Ready? So. By the end of that breath, you should feel your core getting tight. About 3 more. Last one. All right, very good. Okay, next one we're gonna do is just gonna be some head drops. So just drop your head to your right side with your hand. Use the weight of your arm to stretch out this left side of your neck. You're just gonna hold here for about 20 seconds. Don't mind me eating. Right, let's switch. So at my new place, there's a little organic garden just outside, and the neighbors sharing the goodies with me. So I'm eating like 2 tomatoes a day now. I think I would eat a tomato just in burgers or in sandwiches. I would go to a fast food restaurant, but yeah. So this morning I was looking at all the benefits from tomatoes, and yeah, it's good for your eyes, your skin, your bones. It has a
Make
lot.
if you put mangoes and avocado, woo, it's the bomb.
But
And a little
tomatoes?
bit of lime. Yes. With those type of tomatoes,
Uh-huh. Never
because
heard
there's
of that. Let's bring our chin down. Grab from behind. Yeah, they're not cherry tomatoes. They're just regular tomatoes. They're pretty big, but they're high in fiber and low in calories. So if you guys want to shred the weight a little bit, tomatoes are a good way to go as well. And then there's a lot of lettuce too, and so I've been eating salads as well. But the plants are growing so much that I can't keep up with it. So I feel like I ate a lot of lettuce, and then it multiplies times 3. And then let's just bring our head back. Just relax. Make sure you don't strain it. Do some neck retractions now. So again, just almost doing like a turtle. So just kind of being upright, and we're gonna bring the neck out in front of us, and behind, forward, back. About 3 more. Good. Okay, good neck retractions. Now we're gonna go with neck circles. Okay, so this is one that we do in our warm-up. So again, just going clockwise right now. Yeah, usually I go to Costco and I buy the bag of big peppers, like the green, orange, and red peppers. And they're good, but sometimes they get pricey. It's like $8 or $7 for 6 of them. And I think these tomatoes might replace that. So yeah, I'm saving about maybe like I would go to about maybe 2 or 3 of those bags per month. when I was in college, I could probably name, or in one hand, I could probably, put how many times I eat veggies like every year. Like now I feel like I'm eating a year's worth of veggies on one day here. All right, switch. Want to be young again, right? Oh,
Coach, do you have an Aldi or a Sprouts near you?
there is a Sprouts, yes.
Because their veggies are usually very inexpensive.
Oh, really?
Especially if you don't need to have organic, but even the organic stuff is good. It's surprisingly inexpensive, especially if you buy the specials.
Oh, good to know. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, there's no Aldi. There is a Sprouts, and I only go there on Wednesday because they have sushi for half off on Wednesdays.
Ah,
And their sushi is not, yeah, it's store bought, but it's pretty. I'd say it's definitely not like a restaurant sushi, but it's definitely not like a gas station sushi. It's closer to a restaurant quality. So yeah, so that's why I go. So maybe I'll go today. Who knows? That reminds me. I'll get veggies while I'm at it. Okay. All right. So again, we're gonna try to continue with sitting down movements. So right here, we're just gonna bring our shoulders up to our ears, and then bring them down and back, up, back. I was told to grow cherry tomatoes is one of the easiest ones to grow. You just get a cherry tomato, slice it in half, and put it in the dirt, and usually that does it. Maybe not all of them will sprout, but the majority of them will. And tomatoes grow so much, it's abundant. So maybe if you have a little ugly patch of dirt in your house and you want to fill that up, just put some tomatoes in there. And I love to have a mango tree, or avocado, but those take years to get fruit. All right, very good. So, yeah, so like an example, here's a one that I pulled this morning, and this massive one just waiting. It's a little bit deformed, but they'll get there.
those are heirloom, those big ones.
Oh, is out there? They're from the same plant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fried green tomatoes.
Oh, they're good?
I've never cooked them, but I've eaten them. They're very good.
Okay. I'll see. We'll test it out. All right. Okay, so we're still in our chair. So now from here, we're just going to go and give ourselves a big hug because you love yourself and you have no friends and you're lonely. I'm just kidding because we're stretching out our back. So hopefully you guys have lots of friends and people that love you. All right, let's cross them. So switch. So bring that other one at the bottom. Now back. And so my right elbow is up and I'm going to push down on that elbow. Again, if range of motion is there, then you should be able to push down a little bit. If not, then. So today at practice, I was very proud of myself because I'm like, okay, like the stretching and flexibility is working. So I have my athletes that are between 18 and 20 right now do this hamstring stretch, and only 1 out of like 8 was able to do it, and I was able to do it easily. So I was like, okay, like these classes I'm taking on Wednesdays are working. So You know, like I said, if you don't use it, you lose it, and these kids are definitely not using their hip joints much. I'll show you guys what I had them do after. But oh, very good. All right, we're just gonna go with some arm circles here. None of these could get tiring. Then I'm gonna bring my arm here, so elbow tucked in, and I'm just gonna rotate the elbow, okay? Good. Tuck in. Again, just continue back and forth. Debbie, I don't know why your camera's off. It's very unlike you. You had committed to keeping your camera on, Debbie.
I turned it on and the light's on, but it's not picking up.
Oh
I
man.
don't know why.
Okay. All right. Well, let it slide this time. Next time you have burpees. All right. Okay. Oh, listen up. Okay. So the next one we're gonna go from here. Yeah. So we're just gonna bring the arm across. Easy day. Yeah, I guess what I'm getting used to with the tomatoes is that how much water they have. So when I'm cooking, I usually do it with sausages and egg whites. And there's been a couple of times that I forget and my plate is tilted slightly. And then I have a puddle in my kitchen because of all the tomato juice that kind of like leaks out, or the water. All right, let's bring that arm towards our neck. Just tuck it in right below our chin. Yeah, but I was replacing, when I was making rice, I was replacing the water with blended. I would just get a tomato and blend it and use that as the water, I guess, replacement. And add a little bit of water to it. Yeah. If you look at my fridge, it looks like I know how to cook. So I have red rice in there. And the switch. Do any of you have some awesome fruit tree at your house or something exotic that most people don't have? Just bring that arm up. The house I grew up in, I think we had about 8 or 9 different fruit trees. I mean, I never took advantage of eating them, really. Just remember getting the little limes and putting a ton of them in my cup of noodles or top ramen when I was a kid, and a bunch of tapatio, and that's about it. All right, so now we're gonna go with just reaching up. So kind of cross your hands, web them together. Nice stretch, and then let's just lean to the right, quickly, trying to keep our hips on the chair. My left now. Right. Then let's go forward. And let's just hold here in this position for about 15 to 20 seconds. And relax, yeah. Yeah, so sushi for lunch or dinner or both. Let's see. Okay. All right, now we're gonna go with we've done this one. We do it like every other week, but we'll do our hand extensors, flexibility. So just resting my hand on my knee with my wrist just hanging over. And I'm just gonna let that collapse. Have you guys ever had Korean fried chicken? That is awesome. My sister surprised me with some of that the other day, and I was like, okay, it's just another type of like KFC. And nope, this is 10 times better. All right, switch. Up time. I think they just fry it, probably use a different seasoning, breading, and they have this sauce. And their chickens are probably on steroids because those drumsticks are massive. So huge. Right, and then just bicep curls without the weights. See that flexibility and mobility. Did anyone take advantage of the Amazon Prime days? Their sales? Yesterday, last minute, I bought an eye mask to go to sleep. I'm super sensitive to light, and yeah, sometimes the light outside turns on and it'll wake me up. So I got a mask. Usually $20, $7.99 yesterday. So, all right, now in. All right, now we're just gonna do circles with our wrist.
Did you like the cactus?
The cactus? Nopales?
Nopales.
Oh yeah, I love nopales.
That's the only one I have here.
Reverse. Yeah, nopales with
Eggs.
yeah, with eggs. Yeah, sometimes I like it. Sometimes when it's with you have it with like carnitas or like other types of meats.
Pork.
Oh, there's yeah, exactly pork. And they have it with onions, tomatoes, like a cactus salad. That's really good.
How do you make the cactus with pork?
Oh, I don't. I buy it. Maybe Josefina.
Josefina, can you tell us?
Let's just
Okay, it's two ways. It's I used to do it with salsa. The tomato with chile and garlic blended. After the pork is fried, I put it in the salsa,
Okay.
and then I put when it's boiling, I put the tomatoes. The cactus, and that's it.
Pero ¿cómo hacen los nopales? ¿Los nopales ya están hechos?
Cocidos. Sí, cocidos.
Okay.
Los coso aparte y ya solo los agrega.
Voy a tratar eso.
Okay. I like it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
so you guys will also learn Spanish in this class.
All my fault.
No, it's okay. I don't mind it. I like hearing it. Let's switch. Yeah, sometimes I only speak Spanish really with my with my mom or my girlfriend's mom or my tia or my tío, and over time I just I lose it sometimes. But it's helped that they've been here long enough too that they pick up on the English. So sometimes we'll have some Spanglish conversations, or some words I'll just add an O to the end of it and they understand what I'm talking about. Um, so yeah, so it does help. But I lost it a lot in college. So
This is a wonderful group because we've got gardening, exercise, cooking, language.
yeah, deals. We got supermarket deals.
Yeah, we've got our own little community here.
Yeah.
I've been studying Spanish on Duolingo, and I could understand what they were saying right now. So it's
Awesome.
working now.
Watch
Very cool.
novelas. They will help.
Yeah, soap operas will help for sure.
I listen to books also that are in Spanish when I'm walking my dog.
Nice.
Nice. Props on you that you're trying to learn a different language.
Yeah, that's awesome. Here we're gonna do our stretch here for our performance. So again, we'll just start here, just holding it. There's gonna be 3 variations. So hold this one, then we'll go to the next one, and then the third one. Actually, you could lean towards your knee, or you could push down on that knee. Is anyone here like on the or will be returning back to like a softball league or maybe a bowling league or some type of league?
I moved to Northern California, coach, and I lived my entire life in Southern California.
Mhm.
And that was about 1.5 years, and then COVID hit. So I feel like I'm new to this area.
Oh, you're in NorCal now?
Yeah.
Oh, where about?
By Fairfield, in the middle of Sacramento and
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Yeah. Okay, let's bring that.
My daughter lives in Elk Grove, which is right close to Fairfield.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I just was visiting up there last week.
You should have stopped by, say hi. We could have had
I
coffee
didn't know you
together.
lived there. But hi.
Hi.
is that by Vacaville?
Yes, that's my neighbor.
Okay, yeah. I went to, when I was up north in Chico and we had races in San Francisco, we always stopped at the Vacaville outlets.
Oh yeah,
And at the
I
end.
love their outlets. The
Yeah.
good thing about Northern California is that they have outlets everywhere.
Yeah. And then Terry, you're in like Cabrillo, right? Like
Camarillo,
Camarillo.
yeah. On the way to Ventura and Oxnard.
Oh yeah. Camarillo has outlets too.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
All right, now this is another conversation here, outlets. So
Right, shopping.
is anyone in Barstow with the Barstow outlets? No one out there?
I hear about them.
Riverside. Riverside,
Oh, you're in
This
Riverside, Debbie?
It's
Yep.
getting better.
where it's hot.
Oh yeah,
But
Riverside.
in Elk Grove last week, it was 109. It was
Oh no,
it was bad.
yeah. Is anyone else pretty distant? Everyone else, Orange County? Anyone in LA County? I think I'm the only one. Christian?
Glendora, California.
Oh, Glendora.
Yeah.
All All right. Yeah. There's some
Wait.
nice trails out there.
So you moved from Irvine to LA, Coach?
Oh no, I never lived in Irvine.
Oh,
I moved from like the South Bay area to like the Long Beach area now. So I'm like kind of by like Seal Beach. All right, let's lean.
That's close to me, so I want to know where that Korean chicken place is.
Oh yeah. So my sister brought that from Alhambra. So yeah, because she lives in Highland Park. So yeah, so we were meeting last week for Father's Day, and yeah, she Alhambra. But there's a really good sushi spot in Cerritos, and there's a really good one in Tustin as well. Yeah, really good Vietnamese food out there as well.
Hey, Coach. This is Araceli. How are you?
Hey, Araceli, how are you?
I'm
Missed
good. I live in Alhambra, so where's this chicken place?
Oh, you are in Alhambra.
You're gonna have to share the address now.
We gotta stay on task. We have physical goals.
Now I'm hungry. Thanks a lot.
I'll find out for you. Yeah, I forget, but I'll let you know.
Hey, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, I guess.
is it Alhambra near Pasadena? Is that the one that you're talking about?
Yeah, just south. Yeah.
I lived there for a year.
Okay.
There for quite a while back in the 80s.
Oh wow. Is that what like the Night Stalker was happening? That was some scary times back then.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't imagine having my front door unlocked now, but it's craziness. All right, so now we're gonna go with keeping our legs straight and then just lifting it up and down. Again, having my hands underneath the hamstrings. So try to keep that leg straight. Have you guys seen that documentary? It's on Netflix, I believe.
What's the name of it?
Well, I'm sure if you just search Night Stalker, it'll pop out. It was really good. It was released maybe in like March or February.
I lived in City of Commerce at the time, and it was a really hot it was really hot, and you had to keep all your windows shut and your doors shut. It was horrible. And my friend lived in a yellow house, and they said he was targeting yellow houses.
Yeah.
So it was pretty crazy. We were all glad when he got caught.
Jeez.
Wait, so what did he do? Did he just stalk people?
No, he would break into people's homes. I mean, Charisse, I think Charisse is ready to
That
go.
was really bad. That was really scary.
What happened? I didn't know. I was here. I come here in 90s. I don't know what happened.
It's probably better that you don't know. No, it was so there was this psychopath guy that pretty much would break into these homes. At first there wasn't any trends or anything. People weren't sure why he was targeting these homes, but it was, I think, between most of like the stuff happened in the San Gabriel Valley, like between maybe like Glendale and El Monte, Pico Rivera area. But then, then some stuff started happening in Orange County, then some other stuff in like the San Fernando Valley. They traced some stuff back to San Francisco. And then, so pretty much this guy who, I think he was abused as a child. He, so we're doing, leg extensions on that left leg. I forgot what class we were in, if we're talking about crime history here or mobility. But so he eventually, they found his footprints, so they matched what type of shoes, and it was a type of shoe that wasn't, I think it was Avia, which is a pretty good big brand now of soccer shoes. but at the time it was just growing. So he ended up seeing like what stores carried that brand of shoes. Then they noticed that he was going to yellow houses. All right, now we're just gonna do heel raises. Hold for about 3 seconds, then drop. He was going to yellow houses, and he would break into the homes. Nothing specific. He wouldn't even stalk the individuals. He would just like, okay, like that's a yellow house. I'm gonna go in there. It looks easy to break in. And but they started noticing too that some of these houses, there's older folks in there, and he was doing bad things to them as well. But yeah, I just kept going and going, and it would stop for a few months, and then there's like 3 cases in one night. And then it stopped for a week or 2, and then another 3 cases. So yeah, it was, and that happened maybe for about, I don't know if it was like 1.5 years or 2. I mean, Doris, you could correct me, or if any of you can remember. But yeah, and then so what happened is now we're just gonna. Did we do these already?
Yes.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, don't.
I'm like, okay, we're gonna do leg circles. Yes, we want to move from the hip joint. So anyway, someone had a description of him, and he was out in San Diego, and on his way back, and this was all over the news, and the cops are trying to keep it a secret, so he wouldn't find out through media that they were looking for him, or that they had a really good description. But anyways, the media got a hold of it, and it was all over the news, and they were saying that he smelled, and he had like messed up teeth, really shaggy hair. Left leg.
I heard that also the teeth got him.
Yeah, that.
Because he had like a very unique teeth.
Right.
So
that was another thing that helped, is that he used to go to this dental office near Dodger Stadium, and they're about to catch him there because of his appointment, and then someone, I think, gave it away, or the person's detective waiting for him made like a little mistake, and he noticed and he got away. But anyways, he was in Arizona, came back in the Greyhound. People recognized him. People were yelling, "Hey, there's a Night Stalker!" And then they like shushed him off the bus in East LA, which is kind of scary because they so then we're gonna switch legs counterclockwise in East LA, and I think just the citizens recognized him, and they pretty much beat him up until the cops came and just got a hold of him. And the sad part is, he was in prison, and while he was in prison, he had a bunch of fanatics that were in love with him, a bunch of like crazy women that would send him letters and just wanted to be his wives, and yeah, so a lot of that going on. All right, let's bring our toes up towards the sky, and then down. Milena just joined. She's probably like, what's going on in this class right now? Hi, Milena.
Hi, so sorry I'm late. I just finished my class and doing all my attendance and things.
No worries. We were just talking about sushi and tomatoes and stales and fried chicken. We just finished talking about the Night Stalker.
Ah.
You miss a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a very interesting class.
My husband and my daughter love watching all of those shows that cover all the serial killers and stuff. I think that's very popular right now.
Yeah. So all right, let's grab a golf ball. Okay, a golf ball, tennis ball, any type of small circular object, small potato. I like that potato, by the way. And if the conversations are getting old, and we could also just be quiet and just do this if you guys want. So you could send me a message privately and be like, "All right, coach, can we just stretch? Can you be quiet?" All right, so let's just go back and forth. We're gonna just roll out. Hopefully, yeah, if you guys see on a walk a random golf ball, just pick it up, clean it real well, and use it for this. because it's gonna give you a little bit more pressure point than a regular tennis ball. And if you guys ever feel like your arches are in pain, what you could do is just freeze a water bottle, you know, take the label off and then just roll that on there. Again, clean it real well and you can reuse that. You don't need to buy some fancy metal thing that you could freeze for $40. You could just do that with a water bottle. And let's switch.
I'm gonna look for potato.
Make sure it's firm. You don't want mashed potatoes on the floor. I think I ate that potato a couple of days ago.
Hopefully you peeled it.
Yeah. It was on the barbecue grill.
Julio,
Yes.
everybody, in the 99-cent store, the ones with the purple numbers, pink numbers, the 99,
El Nino?
the 99 store. I saw stuff like the resistant bands and a bunch of stuff. It's a cheaper. The 20 pounds pesas.
The dumbbells?
Well, the big ones that you have, the heavy, 20 pounds. They have it
Where at?
at 99 store, 90 cents store.
Oh, really?
Is it the 99-cent only store?
Yeah, it's the purple pink numbers.
Okay.
How much did they
And-
cost?
And they have the 20-pound weights there?
Yes,
Fantastic.
they have a bunch of stuff and the big lamp too.
All right, we're gonna work on our arches. So if you guys want to remove your shoes and your socks, grab a small towel, or you could use your socks for this one. Yeah, sometimes I've seen objects that are definitely not 99 cents, but they'll have them there still at a discount. But yeah, maybe I'll have to give that a shot. All right, so here we're gonna grab the rag or socks with our toes, hold for about 3 seconds and drop. Fix with your toes as well, pick back up. Yeah, so one of my athletes lives in Pico Rivera. And I don't know if you guys saw in the news today that a bunch of cows got loose out there from a slaughterhouse. So he says that, one of them, and apparently one of them had to be shut down because it was attacked. They just freaked out and started attacking property and other cows. So they had to bring it down. And he was really sad, and because he said from where he lives, he was able to hear the gunshots, when they took the cow down. I was also, and I'm sure, they put them down in a different way, but I was like, they were out from a slaughterhouse, right? So if anything, they had a little bit of freedom before they were put down. And he was like, yeah, coach. But yeah, he was.
Where was it?
This was in Pico Rivera this morning.
That is so sad.
Yeah.
But I just coincidentally read a story with my ESL students about a bear that was like on a rampage through a city. So that's kind of a crazy coincidence.
Yeah.
My students, I'll have to get that news story and show my students tomorrow. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing.
All right, let's switch. Yeah, so I think I saw it on Instagram on the KTL Lake 5 page. I'm sure if you go to KTL Lake 5, you'll see it. But yeah, I guess they got trapped in a cul-de-sac and were just hanging out in this front yard for a while. And then, they're herding them back to the slaughterhouse, and on their way back, some of the cows took a little detour through some fenced yards. So they started bringing down some fences too.
I wonder if their homeowners insurance covers that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think in that slaughterhouse, I remember for the last Rocky movie that was made, that was the slaughterhouse where Rocky would punch the frozen slabs of meat. was filmed there at that slaughterhouse too. Okay. All right, so we're done with our sitting down ones. So now we're gonna go ahead and stand up. Let's grab our umbrella, our broom. We're gonna do some shoulder stuff, our standing mobility stretches. So this quick little break, get some water, use the restroom, find that equipment. We'll meet right back up. Grab these items. All right, you guys ready? So we're gonna start with the shoulder ones. So again, we did some of these yesterday because yesterday we weren't feeling too hot. So do these again. Go left. Besides Spanish and English, do we have any other, yes, third language or second language that other folks are learning or are native to them? Sign language, anyone? In front of us?
I know some sign language. I used to work with mentally challenged kids.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome. I learned my name in first grade, and that's all I know. Left. So now we're going back. That left arm. Yeah, I've seen videos of toddlers that don't know how to speak yet, but they know to communicate with sign language, and it's a little creepy, but it's kind of cool. You know, because this little baby is just throwing their hands up, and yeah, they're communicating. All right, so left hand. Thirty degrees. Yeah, so whenever you guys see some deals, we could share them here. So veggies at Sprouts or Aldi. Now forward. Back. I'm gonna go to Costco today and buy some dinner slices of meat, not the thicker cuts take forever. Does anyone know any good recipes for the crock pot? I have one. I wouldn't mind using it. But yeah,
I know a lot of crock pot recipes. I love the crock pot.
all right.
I'll
so-
send you a few.
Yes, please. I have a lot of tomatoes. Thank you. Tomatoes, potatoes. All right, now we're gonna go behind. So when it's so you don't always have to add water, right, to whatever you're cooking, or do you?
No, I don't put water in any of my crock pot recipes.
Oh, okay. I always feel like I just see the pot, so I think it has to be like a soup type of dish, and I feel like it might burn. So I don't know if like I was always like, is it water or like a broth or but okay. I think sometimes the juices of the veggies or meats might work.
I have a really easy recipe for chili verde. You just take the pork, cut it up into chunks, and pour that Hernandez green tomatillo salsa
Yes.
in there. You could put a little extra garlic and onion, and then just let that cook. It turns out really good.
Oh,
It's really easy.
sounds good. Those elbows up. Yeah, I wouldn't mind just letting it there, and I don't have to do too much. I used to do chicken breast sometimes, but you guys know how I feel about chicken sometimes. It's a little bland for me. Okay, this last one for our shoulders, just
I've got a really easy recipe for a roast. You could just stick a roast in there with like either a can of beer or a can of soda if you don't like alcohol. And if you want, you can rub some spices on it, and it comes out incredibly tender, incredibly tender. It's so super easy to cook with a crock pot. There's so many good recipes. And if you go on Pinterest, there's a lot of good ones too.
okay. If I look overweight next month, you know why. Good thank Milena for that and Doris. Okay, so we're done with that. Yeah, I definitely do. I've had in the past, I had some chicken wings that were made with Coca-Cola. I think it was some Asian recipe. I've never had that before, but yeah, that was a little different. Didn't mind it. Okay, so they're up here, just trunk rotations.
I like to use an Instant Pot. If you haven't used it, oh my God, it's awesome.
Oh, what dish?
But the Instant Pot, you can cook anything.
Oh, is that like a? It's not like a crock pot. It's different.
It's kind of like a crock pot, but everything's cooked pressurized,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and it gives the food a more intense flavor. I made yesterday. I made what are they, birria queso tacos? Oh my God, it was so delicious.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, and there's tons of recipes you can find on Pinterest.
What is it called? Instant pot?
It's an Instant Pot.
Okay.
think- Target usually puts them on sale during Christmas, and you could get to really good deals on Instant Pot through Target.
What's the difference between an Instant Pot and a slow cooker?
A slow cooker, an Instant Pot, for example, the birria that the chuck roast that I put to cook, it was ready within an hour. So you can cook anything between 30 to an hour, it's done. And you don't have to, in an crock pot, it takes a little bit longer. So, and it works for me because I'm not quite much of a planner. So I'm a last minute type of girl, cook. So Instant Pot works for me. But I recommend to try looking into it.
Thank you. I love cooking. I got into cooking. I'm doing eggplant, like type of lasagna.
Oh, yes.
But I learned how to cook. I'm still learning how to cook, and I'm looking for different type of things. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
The
you're
other
gonna be
thing,
surprised.
you can make rice in it as well. And it also has, mine has a setting for making yogurt. So I make yogurt myself in my Instant
Yogurt.
Pot.
Really?
Yeah, you just put a little bit of store-bought yogurt with your milk. There's a recipe in the Instant Pot cookbook that shows you how to do it. It's really easy. And it makes plain yogurt. And then you can strain it by just putting it in a colander with a coffee filter, so it makes it thicker like a Greek yogurt. And so you can make your own. It's pretty easy.
Learned so much today. This might be the most viewed video on my YouTube channel. All right, very good. Okay, so we're just gonna go opposite heel to opposite glute. A little bit of mobility. One of our cardio exercises, but this one's really light.
So you are learning a lot, so we're gonna send you the bill, okay, Julio?
The bill, I mean, I'm gonna send you guys a bill. You guys are gonna pay me for this conversations. This is free. Don't worry. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the one that I tried having my athletes do today. Maybe you could try. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my chair here. I pretty much just have my leg on here, and I just reach down with my feet, just back up. So I'm doing about 10 of these. See, good job, Debbie. So I had 3 athletes. This is as far down they could go. No joke, like their hands couldn't go below their knees. But I think we work these joints out often enough that everyone in this class should be, yeah, everyone looks pretty good right now. So. We're gonna do 12 on each leg. Switch. Again, just make sure you have that chair safe, that it's not sliding on you. Mine's just resting on the couch. Again, you don't have to use your hands. It's as long as you're doing that mobility with your hip. Another one too here that we could try is this is only going to work if you have a table in front of you and the chair is behind you. So this requires a little bit of mobility, so legs straight, so you can go over the chair, then back. So if you guys have a table, so I'll show you my setup so you guys see kind of how I'm set up. So you see I'm right here on this counter, and then I'm just going over the chair. Wait, so here's the counter right here. So I'm just resting on it with my hands. So I'm really safe here.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm really short. That's not fair.
I'm sorry?
I'm really short. That's not fair.
Is your table, do you guys have a dinner table?
I'm short. I have a lower table.
Okay. All right, so for this one, what might work might be when we get in the quadruped. Oh, your chair's tall. That's what it is, Debbie. Yeah. So let's just do about 8 per leg. Therese, I thought you were like 6 feet.
No, everybody's taller than me, including my kids.
Oh. Thanks for the camera angle. I always thought you were like really tall. And then once you've done your right, do the left. So those of you guys that aren't finding a spot, what you could do is just get on the quadruped and then just do the leg circles that we've done before. But if you have access to a chair and the counter, then I want you to do these just because they are a little bit different than what we're used to. So usually I'll have these, my hurdlers on my steeplechasers do this one so they work on mobility for their hip. Because you can't really cheat this. If you cheat it, you're gonna hit your leg on the chair. So. All right. Here. 11:08. Let's get some on the floor for our back. Because we probably have another 10 minutes. So let's get the yoga mat set up. And a lot on the chair exercises. That's okay. Are working. All right, so we're gonna go with the cat-cow, easy ones. So remember, your knees right below your hips, hands right below your elbows. You're gonna look down, we're gonna arch up, hold for 3 seconds. Exhale, bring your belly down, 3 seconds, and inhale. Arch up, exhale. And again, we're spending about 3 seconds per position. All right, once we're here, we're just gonna, we're gonna crawl forward. We're gonna do the puppy pose. Remember, your knees stay right below your hips. You're gonna bring those arms forward and we're gonna drop our elbows and relax your head. Again, your knees remain below your hips. All right, relax, and then now we're gonna keep our hands there, but we're gonna bring our hips back towards our heels. Feel this stretch in our upper back. back. Okay, so from here, we are gonna arch up. No, sorry. We're gonna shuffle to the right. So again, the knees stay in place. Shuffle to the right, arch up, and bring your glutes towards your heels. You'll stretch on your left side. Relax. We're going to shuffle to our left side. And remember, the knees stay in place. Arch that back. Drop your hips back to your heels. Relax. All right. We're going to go ahead and get on our side. Or actually, I'm sorry, we're going to get on our back. Get on our back. From here, we're going to spread out our arms to the side of us. You get in that crunch position, knees above our hips. And then we're going to drop those knees off to the side. And reset, bring them back. Drop to the other side. We're doing 8 per side. Okay, so that's 1. 2. 3. So it do take a little bit longer, but it really helps your lower back, your mid back. 4. 5. 'Make sure you're breathing. 8. Ooh, very good. Okay, from here, we're just going to do marches. Really try to bring your knees as far up towards your chest as you can. We're just going to sit up, bring both our heels in, and then position yourself with your arms where we're going to rest back, holding your legs there, okay? And we're going to hang tight here for about 45 seconds. Please don't fall asleep. Just gonna roll over onto our chest. Again, these are some that we did yesterday as well. But we're just gonna stretch out our back slightly. Tucking in your elbows right below your shoulders. We're just hanging out here about 30 seconds. Then after we'll use our hands to push on. Let's get our hands next to our chest. And now we're gonna push on. Let's relax those knees and those hips. Bring them back to your heels. In that position, bring your hips back to your heels. And then from here, we're just gonna turn our left elbow in. And we're just gonna rest on it a little bit. So we're facing to our right. Relax. Now we're gonna bring our right elbow with our right hand facing to our left side. And we're just gonna face to our left. Slight twist on our back, stretch that muscle out. And last one, we're just gonna do this pyramid stretch. So again, we're just gonna get on our floors. But what we wanna do is then get our knees off the ground. And then let's try to bring our heels down to the floor behind us. You can stretch throughout your entire body. Put on your back, especially on your calves. You don't want those heels elevated. You want to bring them down to the floor. So you could scoot back a little bit with your arms. Stretch out those calves. Your heels are to the floor. They're not on the air. If you want to feel it a little bit more, bring your right leg over your left leg or your left heel. So now you're just on your hands and on one foot. And that should feel it a little bit more because now we're putting more weight on that muscle. All right, let's switch. So now right foot down, left heel, left leg over that left heel. Now those arms are getting tired. So let's drop down back to our knees and relax. Okay. Woo! Good job, ladies. Great. I hope you guys are feeling better. My legs feel better. Last night, I went for a 20-mile bike ride and my body was aching this morning. So I feel now like we could start our actual class now. So you guys ready? Strength and conditioning, back-to-back classes? No?
Yes. Yes.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm just kidding. No, I did my workout this morning. But again, let me end this recording.